The biggest win of Mason Zeigler's career is resulting in the biggest smile I've ever seen on Mason Zeigler's face. We're going to talk about the race in a second, Mason. Emotionally, how are you feeling right now?
Man, I honestly feel incredible. It's just such a long week to come out and win the biggest race of the week. It's just like, I mean, we were hoping for a top 5, and to come out and win is just, it's awesome.
That's the most interesting thing about this win to me, is that this week has not been a good one, flat out. I did the Speed Weeks Minute on you today, and it was like, God, if we could just get in the top 10 again.
Yeah.
How surprising is that? I mean, shocking, really, to go from where you were to where you are.
It just goes back to, we've been fast all week. We qualify up front all week. Even at Golden Isles, I qualify up front all week, and I just can't race. We have issues, and I tell you what, honestly, I talked to Kevin about some shock settings, and my buddy Mark Smith back home about some things he thinks I should try, and just a bunch of little things. Really, just making the right decisions before we pulled on the racetrack made the biggest difference.
We have to talk about the end of that race. You were in good shape, then you were in okay shape, and then it kind of got critical there at the very end. Were the tires simply going away? Just talk about what happened, especially that last corner, last lap, where he made a hell of a run at you.
Yeah, I knew he was going to be, coming hard. Racing in that rubber. Up north we don't race in rubber too much, and I know he's real good in the rubber. And I was real tight, so I was having to shear it loose and then try and drive straight in the rubber. And I knew it was killing my right rear, but I couldn't steer through it. And Scott Blomqvist can always steer, so I knew he was going to be hard. And I just figured, just stay in the rubber, don't slap out of the rubber. And the lap traffic was tough, man. I'd get up near them and they'd wash high, and then they'd drive back down into the rubber and across the nose, and I'm just trying to avoid wrecking the car, So it was just, it was tough, just trying to keep them at bay and stay up front without working myself too hard. And I had to work that high line, this first 10 or 12 laps, so I really abused my right rear for those few laps, and I know it was screaming hot. So I was just trying to keep pace, and then once it took rubber, I was just like, please, don't blow out. So
that was a wild sequence there at the beginning, because people are going to look at this racetrack and go, well, it bolted down. But that first 15 to 20 was kind of wild. How did you know to find that top? And it was slippery and slimy, and you were able to just kind of navigate that perfectly at the perfect time.
Yeah, I tell you what, I went up there a few times and felt good, and it was so frustrating. I took the lead on like the first lap, and I thought, man, I got this shit. And then next, everyone was passing me back, and I thought, boy, you better settle down. So I just, just pulled my seatbelts tight under that caution and thought, I know I can get around that top. I was so tight getting in the corner. I just had to really throttle spin through it. And man, this Pro Power, I just got it back from Bill, and my God, what a difference. They just made a few small changes to the new wide bores, and I think I'm 20 points less on gear than everyone here, and my straightaway speed is just so huge. So it's helped a lot. Even on restarts, I can be real smooth. So just that stuff and just everything right now is just really clicking.
You mentioned lap traffic. There was a moment with about 7 or 8 to go. I think it was Hollenbeck on the backstretch there where the two of you had to split him. That kind of was the defining moment of the race. How did you see that moment?
Man, I just hope that he slowed Scott up. I was hoping maybe that Scott just saw my rear bumper and didn't see his, but I don't think it slowed him up at all. I think he blew right by him. Actually, I think it was bad for me. So, it's not Hollenbeck's fault. They're good guys, and I was just hoping as long as I keep him at bay and not slip up out of the rubber, I knew Scott wouldn't, do me dirty. So I just tried to hang in there as long as I could.
How long is this smile, this party, this excitement? How long is this one going to last tonight?
I mean, it'll last till morning, but come morning we got to wash, so it's
taking tomorrow off, right?
Yeah, we're not going to race tomorrow. There's only a couple of us here, and we got to change all of our wheels and tires over to LM stuff for Volusia, and we want to race on Monday night because I feel like the heat's going to be taking Monday night off, over there because it's coming off Sunday. So we're going to try and get over there and maybe bag another one, but we're just going to take day by day and try and even get a little bit better, try and get that tightness out of the car, and just try not adjusting ourselves out of the ballpark.
Mason, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Scott, talk about that last corner, last lap. I said it was kind of a veteran racing a youngster. You could tell you gave him everything you had.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of racetrack still left out there. The bottom, actually where I'd been running, just hadn't quite come in enough yet, and there was still just enough brown in the middle out there. But it was just, I knew it was just going to be any lap that it was going to come in, and I hadn't seen anybody out there as of yet. He just got a good run, and once I moved up behind him, we gained some back at him running through the middle. But inevitably, he got to the bottom. We got back to the bottom. We even got even lower than we've been on the bottom. and made a little bit of a run at him. But he made a good move, made a good choice. I hadn't made a lap out there, so I wasn't going to just give the bottom up to somebody, go out there and throw the race away. But car ran good. Obviously we burned the tires off, and we were trying to do a little bit of conserving of tires, but the last, we got the first 2 seconds, and I believe we got the point lead. So again, one hell of a lot better than last year.
Real quick, last thing, early in the race, it was a wild set of restarts there when he got the lead, but you were kind of married to that bottom. You didn't want to give that up, even with all those guys banging off the wall out there.
Well, until I saw one or felt one, I was staying on the bottom. So, the car was good. I was a little free in that end, but I was really good down here, and I could even run a little bit higher in the middle, and just a little bit free going into one. One's a little tighter entrance, and again, we didn't have all the time we needed to finish everything right before the feature, but with the boys having to change that transmission, and barely made it out here in time.
Dennis, we were so used to seeing you here in the top 5. Finally tonight, you get that top 3. Obviously, good to end the note on a good end the week on a high note.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we kind of struggled all week long, but we started getting, going here the last couple nights, and tonight, to finish top 3, we're real happy with that.
Kind of dug there at the end a little bit too. Systematically work your way from 9th to 5th to 5th to 3rd. Did you have anything for those guys there at the end, or passing kind of at a premium there at the end?
Well, it was hard to pass there at the end, and once we got around the 22 car, anything could have happened then. But, we definitely had a good car, and we're just happy to come home with 3rd.
Those restarts there were kind of wild at the beginning of the race. Did you kind of making some hay there on those?
Yeah, we just had to, really work through that. Tonight, at least, off of them restarts, we can actually go forward. So, that was a real big plus. So, we were happy with that.
All right, thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
Greg, from where we started the week to where we ended the week, I mean, it is a total night and day situation. I got to think that you and Hogg and everybody there leaving going, all right, East Bay wasn't so bad for us.
No, it was, the first 3 nights were a nightmare. I mean, we were, like I said, we barely were making shows, and the ones we were making, we were just sneaking in by, by luck. But, yeah, the last, Thursday night we had a good run. Last night I think I probably could have had a top 5 run, but I crashed into the fence and ripped the whole right front wheel off the car. And tonight, started 7th and ran 3rd until the very last lap and let myself get past. Just kind of floating around out there, not doing what I was supposed to do those last couple laps. And I kind of just got hung in the bottom of 2, and Herb snuck underneath me. But 4th isn't bad. I ran right up front, and Zeigler had a really good car. Congratulations to him. I know that's a big win for those guys. And it feels good. I'm excited to go to Ocala. I think we definitely have a very good race car here. It's super maneuverable, has tons of traction, and just can't wait to get to Volusia, which has never treated us very nice in the past. But going there with some confidence, hopefully we can have some good runs.
Some of those restarts there, I'm thinking to myself, Greg Satterley might win this race. That's the way it looked on those restarts. It was super slippery there early. Were you kind of thinking the same thing? Like, if this falls right, I could at least take the lead.
Yeah. I mean, I got a run on Scott a couple times and was right almost up beside Zeigler. And, yeah, I was just trying to be smart and not overdrive it, because I tried overdriving the car a couple times last night and ended up about on my roof. So I was just trying to make smooth laps, but, try to keep my speed up and see what happened. But Mason had a really good car, and Scott, he's pretty good no matter what. So he was just sticking to that low line and was really had a lot of traction to, keep his speed up. But I just, made some laps on the top, and kind of when I thought that, I had given it all I could give up there, I moved back down and just tried to fall in line, and then the track kind of started taking some rubber, and after that it was kind of just follow the guy in front of you and try not to slide out of it. But, it was a good night. Started 7th, went forward. The car's in one piece. We're not going to have to work on it all night and all day tomorrow, so I guess I'm happy.
Another night. Another top 5. Do you leave East Bay going, you know what, it's a pretty good week, all these top 5s, or do you leave East Bay going, damn it, we should have won one of these?
Well, I mean, we did have a decent car here, but like I said, it's been a long time since I've been here, and just to come out here with top 5s, we're definitely happy. We'll come back next year and have a game plan for him.
You there at the race, but kind of before it bolted down, you were mixing it up there on some of those restarts, and I'm thinking he might have a chance to win it. Did you think that too?
We actually had a real good car there at the beginning, and once it rubbered up, we got so super tight we had to start bending it, and we just killed our tires.
Too early to talk about points, but man, oh man, this looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Well, like you said, it's too early, but you can't leave out of Florida in a bad position. So if we can get ourselves in a good position and go home and get some tracks we know, we should be in good shape.
All right, thanks, Darrell.
Thank you.